This movie tells a story about Rona, who attempts to come to terms with her troubled past after living life on the edge in London. Hoping to heal, she returns to the wild beauty of Scotland's Orkney Islands where she grew up. The main actress' performance is really good. Unfortunately, everything else is bad. This adaptation of Amy Liptrott's memoir can't strike the right tone, as it's really muddled in execution. There are several elements that would have benefited from more attention in the narrative, as the movie feels uneven, and the story fleshed out here not in a way that is easy to follow. The structural and pacing choices do not work here, as it's jumbling the narrative unnecessarily and stretching the runtime past its breaking point. The movie jumps back and forth in the life of Rona. There's no reason not to tell this story in a linear fashion, other than to keep some of Rona's more upsetting behavior for the final act. The film is so constantly jumping around in time that it loses the emotional power it could have had just sketching the development, rehabilitation, and daily battles of alcoholism. The film leaps around in time, yet it never acquires any forward momentum as a narrative. Our empathy and curiosity keep crashing up against the rocky shoals of enervation. The main actress' performance is really good, but the film around it feels like it doesn't trust its leading lady or the audience enough to truly showcase it. The movie feels really drab and everything that happens feels generic. There's nothing new, as it offers everything we've seen in most addiction dramas. There are constant tropes from substance abuse or addiction dramas that are being thrown into the film's baggy mix. This movie presents every single story beat in a hasty fashion and the most generic fashion imaginable. The rushed pacing is also part of the film's biggest problems, as it makes each moment feel inessential. The movie tries to grasp everything that happens in the memoir the film is based on, yet forcefully and without the necessary pathos to move the viewer. There's heart and care within the confines of the script, however, it doesn't translate into organic emotions. Instead, you get somewhat manipulative sympathy, as the movie wants to pull your heartstrings vigorously rather than letting empathy fill the atmosphere. You can sense there is an incomplete picture in Rona's story, yet there's the feeling that it was cut from the same cloth as something you have seen plenty of times before. This movie is a drama that only paints in broad strokes, and as such fails to stand out in a crowded field. The movie draws a clumsy connection between Rona's alcoholism and her father's mental illness without actually getting into the specifics of how exactly genetics influence our predisposition to addictive behavior. The movie doesn't completely project the hunger that might have driven Rona to do it as well. Overall, it's not worth to spend time to watch this. We do not recommend this movie at all.